Welcome to 21st Century Learning, exploring the intersection of education and technology. This is episode number 3.06, and you're listening to the EdTech Talk channel of the World Bridges Network. Today is December 18th, 2014. I'm Alex Ragone.
I'm Arvind Grover.
And I'm Vinnie Brotney.
And this is our last show of 2014.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
We're finally approaching the years that I only imagined. We're the future, 2015. That's as a kid, I was like, whoa, can you imagine what life will be like in 2015?
I guess it's a generational difference. For me, it was 2000.
I was afraid you were going to say 1991.
Maybe that too.
I remember that Prince song, that 1999 Prince song, being a long time away.
Well, when I was at college and university, it's oh man, 2000, man, I'm going to be 37 or 38 years old, man. That's forever.
It's awesome, so great. So I think we're all ready for winter break. For
sure.
Been ready for a little while, in fact.
I think looking at my daughter said to me last night, she said 3 days or 4 days left. She has school Monday and a half day on Tuesday, and she was got up. She was 4 days left, and I said, oh, thank God. And she looked at me and she said, teachers get happy about that too.
Oh, she has passed through that threshold of the age of innocence.
That is great. That's great.
Fantastic. So
they're sad to not see you for 2 weeks, but they're happy to see their families.
We cry a tear.
Their families may not be happy, but they.
Yeah.
So we were, we were talking before the show, and we've done this kind of holiday kind of gift or things that we're excited about guide, and we thought for this year we were feeling like it's time to talk about what we want to do and kind of how we want to renew ourselves in 2015, and thinking about in the context for me at least about how we have so much and we're so lucky and to have all of the material things we have, and how really working on our relationships and who we are as people and goals we have is really important. So I thought, we thought that it would be a good topic to kind of hit on today as we approach the new year.
Yeah.
Is that a good summary, guys?
It's a great summary.
It's wonderful.
All right. So since I introduced, who wants to go first?
How about our friend in the southernmost part of our listening audience, our viewing audience?
So what one of the things I'm just, because of the transition and the move, I'm just looking to have some breathing space and to really be able to just enjoy some balance and really enjoy. Again, I'm 6 months into accepting this position. I've been down since the 3rd of August. It's just been a wild ride. Identifying a lot of things that need to be done, and I know that I need to maintain that balance so that I have the focus and concentration to really begin to move the school in some areas that I think that it could really benefit from. So we've got a new set of classrooms that we're building this coming spring. We're doing a cafeteria. We're knocking our cafeteria down and rebuilding it, but in rebuilding it, we're adding some new middle school learning spaces. And so we've had some great conversations around what those should look like, and it's just I need some renewal just to kind of make sure to keep that balance so that I can keep the energy and the focus up so that we can affect change ever so slowly.
Have you had the moment to figure out what type of renewal it's going to be?
No, not really. For me, I think that it's because it's so nice, and that that's one of the things that's really disorienting is that little things like when my wife and I went out to get the Christmas tree We were in shorts and flip-flops and t-shirts, and my hands didn't hurt, and we weren't shaking snow off of the tree, and
Oh my gosh.
it feels really odd. I mean, you hear Christmas carols, and you're out, through last Saturday night we were out shopping, and we stopped for dinner, and we ate outside, and you see, and it's 70 some degrees out, still at 7 o'clock in the afternoon, and it gets cool, and we do have what I would consider a cooling effect based upon the amount of humidity that's in the area, so it does feel cooler, and but it's a beautiful fall, is what as opposed to it being winter and slogging through the cold like we've done in years past. So I think just kind of getting some walking in, maybe get some bike rides in, because it looks like the weather's going to be good enough to do that. Just to kind of be. I also want to get back to my reading pile, which is just growing immensely. Because I haven't had a chance just to kind of just sit and do it.
That's fantastic.
Those sound like really practical ways forward, Vinny. I think you've already got them.
Yeah. What about you, Arvind?
Well, I've actually spent a lot of this year kind of working on my own, both personal and professional. I would characterize it as sort of like getting organized, getting my stuff done, being really trying to build some more efficient systems for me. I think it's related to what you were saying, Vinny, that I want to be high achieving, but in order to do that, that requires certain kind of setup for success. And it's really easy to get bogged down in some of the administrivia and email and all these little pieces. So I've been spending a lot of time on thinking through systems that I need to build at the school, systems that could survive me, survive any one teacher, any one administrator, so that the school really owns those things and can keep getting better at them. I'm reading a book that I'm like 50% hating and 50% loving called Work the System. And it's a little more business oriented. But the guy's really onto something about documenting systems explicitly, like every single step in an event that happens over and over. That's like, let's say it's, I don't know, just from my past life of being a tech director, like when someone comes to get their computer repaired, like what's the procedure? We never documented those things. We just kind of passed those things organically, and why people's experiences are so varied because something you do is different, a little bit different every time, and why you have to then, as a manager, really manage those things individually so often. So his whole idea is like creating documents that help your organization, even your personal life, but your organization, do something it does really well over and over and over again without having to think about it too much. And
what was the name of that again?
It's called Work the System.
Work the System.
Yeah, Sam, I forget his last name, maybe Carpenter?
Carpenter.
Yeah.
It's in my wiki already.
Yeah, so I mean, it has some, I would say, some stuff in there that doesn't sit well with me in terms of his own personal opinions on people and why they don't do well or do well. But that being said, I feel like he is onto something. Something that I think could actually serve schools well, even though his book is really targeted at business. I've been trying to apply some of the lessons learned in my own life, but that's just my larger goal, I think, of getting on top of my bigger picture to-do desires and less focus on my on-the-ground, day-to-day stuff. So that's one of my New Year's, kind of continuing into my New Year's, not a New Year's resolution, but continuing year's resolution.
That's great.
So that takes us to Alex.
Yes. So I've been struggling with kind of the like work-life balance, making sure that I'm, as present when I'm present for whoever I'm with, and not, having those important conversations with either whether at work or at home about like what are those important things that we want to tackle, and kind of prioritizing them and moving forward with them. So. For me, it's as I go into this break, it's really just like how do I create those systems that like keep a balance, and making sure that I'm supporting people at work, but also like knowing at home that I'm supporting my wife and my kids and making sure that they're really like taken care of. And that's I think we get to points in our lives where it's challenging and you have to really put that time in. And so I'm looking forward to just some family outings and some downtime this break, which will be really good for all of us.
Now, are you both off for both the weeks, or how do your schools handle it?
I have to work. I'm working 3 days over the break. I'm working the first day, and then Monday and Tuesday the second week.
Okay, I'm doing the same 3 days.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the norm is here. Again, but
there is a system for that.
I know that. First off, I have we had a mid-year replacement, a senior hardware technician. So I've got a new one who's starting today.
Oh wow!
And so other members of my staff are asked to be here for the 2 days each of the week, the Monday, Tuesday. So, I'm planning on coming in and working probably 3, the first Monday and the Tuesday. I think the second Tuesday, everyone in the department was looking to do more of an on-call basis.
Mm.
So I'll probably come in the Monday, Tuesday, and the Monday. But one of the things that I haven't had a chance to do is I haven't gone through any of the drawers. And I haven't gone through the bookcases, and I haven't even made the place mine yet. So part of it will be just to kind of go through things because I feel guilty taking part of the work day to make that transition, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
I know that.
I'm already focused and locked in. The other thing, I'm coming back in January. We have a 3-week interim term within our high school. And so I was put in a proposal, and I'm actually teaching a course on the art of tinkering. So I've been pulling together some different ideas and things. So I'll probably be building my course and pulling some of the articles that I'd like the kids to read within that particular experience. So it's an 80-minute course for 14 days, for the first 14 days off from Martin Luther King.
That's going to be really fun, Vinnie. I'm excited to hear more about that when we get into 2015.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have come to 2 p.m. and we want to respect the clock. I hope everyone who's listening has a great break and a really refreshing and wonderful time this break. And we really appreciate everybody listening to 21st Century Learning, exploring the intersection of education and technology. For December, our last broadcast of 2014, December 18th. We'll see you all next week.